Hello. Hi, friends. Happy Thursday afternoon. I hope you're doing well. How are you? How are you? I'm doing very well. I have had the most busiest day ever, call after call after call. But here we are, hanging out. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. So glad you're here. Let me know in the comments section that you're watching the replay. And how are you? Let me know in the comments how you are. Let me just see what we even said I was going to talk about today. Nothing, anything, just chatting. So we're just going to hang out. I'll just be here for a few minutes. If you all have any questions about Eat to Live or anything, let me know. Also, let me know if you can hear me too, because I believe it's good, but I just want to make sure. Where is everybody? This is a quiet one today. Here you are, starting to come on. Hello. How are you? What are you doing? How's it going? Let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. And how are you feeling today? What is the emotion that's going through your body right now? Hello, Kay. Thank you, Kathy, for letting me know that you can hear me. What emotion is going on for you today? Hi, Tamara. Happy to see you. Today, let's see. Mine is a little bit like rushed, I literally had just back to back calls today. And I haven't really had much time to eat. So I was just like having a banana and an apple and some cashews because I was starved. Hey, Teresa. Happy to see you. Hello, Alyssa. Hi there. I hope you all are doing well. Do you have any questions about anything? I didn't really have anything specific planned today. I just want to spend a little bit of time with you, say hi. I'm going to go and chat on Instagram right after this too, like I normally do. So I'll be here for, about 15 minutes. So I'll go chat on Instagram for a little bit. Hey, Carrie. Yay. There's my Carrie. So happy to see you. So if you want to catch me on Instagram too, that's fine. I'll be doing that in 15 minutes. But what's going on for you? Oh, good, Tamara. She says, I hope I'm saying it right. Is it Tamara or Tamara? I feel really good and calm. I've been watching all videos and learning so much from you on the Eat to Live family. Yeah, you just joined. I'm so glad to have you in there. And I'm glad that you're getting results already, learning so much and everything. So that's great. Hello, Gwen. Happy to see you. Crystal says, doctor appointment today for blood work. Just finished a giant salad, first meal of the day. I like how that sounds. That's all good stuff, my friend. So happy to see you again. Hello. Oh, I'll call you T. Okay. Hello, Facebook user. I don't know if that's Melissa or not. Could be, could not be. Who knows? Yeah. And Alyssa says, honestly, just learning how to manage the holidays as I'm still transitioning. I'm with you. I wish you were in the family because we are doing a workshop, a holiday workshop about how to succeed in the holidays. A little birdie tells me that if you just emailed me, sometimes I might just let you in the family when we're not open. So that's an idea. But we are doing a holiday workshop where we're going to be talking all about success, like how to have holiday success. I feel like it's so important just to have a plan, right? Like for me, and I'll just give you some tips that I feel like are super important, Alyssa. Number one, don't expect perfection over the holidays. Like, don't ever expect perfection, first of all. Okay. Why would we expect to be perfect? We don't need to, because perfection doesn't mean it's not actually useful. It can really hold us back, right? But what I think is so important, and this is part of my program, is to at least plan ahead. So I'll give you an example. Last year, my family, we have a family tradition to make these specific cookies. They're called, we call them Springlies. I know that's not how you say it in German, but we call them Springlies. They're like a traditional German cookie. We make them every year. My family has been making them for 150 years, more than that probably. And so you don't want to be the family member to ruin the tradition, right? So this is a thing that the daughters pass down. And so my grandma passed it down to my mom passed it down to me, and I will pass it down to one of my daughters in the future, or all of them. I'll guilt them into it. But these cookies, they have 3 ingredients. It's powdered sugar, eggs, and flour. That's it. Well, actually there's almond extract too. So they're yummy, like they're good cookies, but they're not anywhere near nutritarian. Like there's nothing nutritarian about them, right? And so I've been making these my whole life every year so everyone can have them. They used to actually be made with anise, but almost nobody in my family likes anise flavor. So we switched to almond a decade ago. Um, but I'm not the type of person who's like 100% strict nutritarian kind of a thing. So if there's going to be some holiday cookies that I'm interested in, I will have some. And I've had some every single year, except for last year. So I'm going to tell you what happened last year. So I had a private coach at the time and hired her to help me get my mindset back after my twin pregnancy. And I remember being so scared about these cookies being around because I was like, I know I'm going to eat so many. Like in the past, it's been that I would eat, I don't know, 30 or 40. They're small, but like 30 or 40 of these cookies over the whole holiday season, right? And so I was really scared, and we were working on this together on my call, and she was like, and so her program, which is the way that my program is now too, because it worked for me, was to just plan how many you were going to have, right? Like we're not talking about like judgment here. These are terrible. This is horrible. I shouldn't be doing this, whatever. It was, how many should I have, right? Like we accept we're going to have some of them anyways. So let's just plan how many. So I was like, how many do I think would be like kind of like soothe that craving or whatever, right? So I decided on 10. I was like, I'm going to have 10 of these over the whole holiday season. We make them on Thanksgiving usually. And then, so we made them. I put aside, usually what'll happen is I make them for my family and then I mail them across the country to the different family members. And so usually I'll keep back a lot of them for my family and for me. But usually what happens is I eat like a ton of them as I'm bringing them out of the oven, right? Like I eat, and we make like, usually there's like 170 of them. So there's plenty of cookies, right? But I'll be making them as they're coming out of the oven. And then for the next few weeks, they're always on the countertop. So I'm just eating, it's a disaster. So this last year I was like, well, let me try something different. And I had so much inner concern over what this was going to be like. And I brought this up to my coach. I was like, I'm so concerned. I'm just going to eat everything. And she's like, all right, well, this year, why don't we just plan how many you're going to have? And so I came up with a number. It was 10. I was like, all right, let me try this. So I planned to have 10 of them. And I set aside probably 20 for my kids and my husband, right? We just, whatever. We're not like, it's not our favorite cookies. My daughter likes them and everything. But anyway, we set aside 20 so that we could give the rest of the family so they were out of the house, right? And we have this bag of cookies there, right? And I see them. And what I was doing, the work that I had done with my coach was to really acknowledge what it feels like to eat the cookies and what I feel like after I'm eating them. And the thing that came up for me when I was really focusing on this was the taste in my mouth after I ate one of these cookies. And I'll just tell you, I do not like that taste. It's just gross. Like, I don't know, like all the powdered sugar, the eggs, the flour, like it's not a good taste. It leaves a taste in your mouth and it's really like not pleasant. And I recall every year when I start to have way too many of these cookies, I'll get that taste. And then I'm like, ugh, I don't really want these. So I really focused on what that taste was like. And I was like, let me just focus in and see what that feels like to have that taste. And the result of this was that I removed the panic from the cookies because I told myself, like, I'm going to have 10. It's fine to have 10, right? But then when it came down to it and I went to go eat the cookies, I was like, you know what? I don't really want these cookies. They're not my favorite. I don't really like them. If I'm going to have cookies, give me oatmeal chocolate chip, right? And so I didn't have any last year. And this is literally the first year in my 40 years that I have not had some of these cookies. And it was all because I removed the panic from it by allowing myself to have some and planning ahead for what that was going to look like. And then I And then I settled into how it actually felt to eat them. And after all, I was like, I don't really want them. So, Alyssa, that's my story about holidays. The point here, you're still transitioning. That doesn't matter. All the holidays are still tough, right? You just have the holiday season that you want to, but plan it in advance. Okay. That's what we're going to be doing in the family with you guys, on purpose in the workshops. And that's what I hope that you'll do for your holiday season too. Just plan ahead, right? All right. Let's see. Lots of comments came up while I was chatting around. Oh, awesome, Alyssa. Good work. Lost 35 pounds so far on Eat to Live. I know, isn't it? It's the best weight loss forever. I mean, for real. Um, Good. Gwen says she's feeling energetic. Love the way this feels. Isn't it amazing when we eat to live and we eat well for our body? Oh, good, Teresa. Preparing for a road trip this weekend. Awesome. Hope that's going well for you. Happy Thursday. Marshall, what a cool name. Welcome. Yeah, and Carrie says she's excited for the holiday workshop. I usually don't do well during those stressful times. We just got to plan ahead. We just have to be conscious, make some plans, and plan to be not perfect also, right? Like, I think that's a huge one. Like, plan for it not to be perfect, but plan to like accept ourselves for whatever happens. And this is how we end up not continuing to like binge over the next few months after the holiday season, right? Is like allowing ourselves to be okay with what happens, but planning ahead is what really makes it so that um, we at least reduce, I don't want to say damage, but like, some of the damage. Deb, this is so weird. I know. This is happening to Melissa too. Um, Deb, you have to actually, Deb is in the family. You have to actually go to streamyard.com/Facebook and like you have to like do the thing where you let it see your information or whatever. And that's how it will actually show your name in your profile picture. But sometimes it doesn't always work. But that's what you're supposed to do, right? Oh, yay. Just started the 21-day challenge this week. That's awesome. We're doing a 21-day challenge inside the Eat to Live family. So that's super cool. That's right, Misty. You can have success without perfection. That's exactly right. Alyssa knows those cookies well. That's good. Yay, Rochelle. Hello from the family. And Carrie. Oh, all my friends are here. This is so good. Yeah, and Carrie says, I gave up making holiday cookies a few years ago. My daughter missed them. Now she makes them. They don't really tempt me anymore. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I'm not really that into them. Um, am I still blurry, Carrie? I don't see that on my side, but I think I was having like a internet issue. It was telling me that my internet was slow, but now I think it's back. Um, thank you, Rochelle. Um, T says, I love fire roasted sweet corn from Trader Joe's to add to my salads. Are they foods we should eat in moderation? Okay, so this is a hard question to ask me because I feel like um, it all depends on what you want, right? Like it all depends on what you want in your life. Are you asking from a 100% nutritarian perspective? Then yes, those are foods to eat in moderation because first of all, corn is in the starch category. So you want to have 1 cup or less per day of any starches or grains, right? So there's that. But you also want to check the salt and sugar content of all the foods that you eat. So perhaps that I would imagine that corn has salt added to it. You want to make sure that that's in the healthy range of salt, which is like you want the sodium milligrams to equal the number of calories per serving or less. And so that's how you know it's like an acceptable nutritarian food. But if you're going to ask me if I think you should limit corn, I love corn in my salads. I think it adds a really nice like flavor. Another thing that's not really nutritarian about that particular corn is the fire roasted. Like Dr. Furman is saying, don't eat things that are blackened or darkened, right? Because that they have I forget, acrylamide, right? So that's actually not very good for us or whatever. But like, I'm not going to tell you to be 100% nutritarian. That's your choice. If it were me, I would throw some corn on because I love corn. Usually, what I'll do is I use frozen corn and I'll just cook it in the microwave for a little bit till it's not so frozen, and then I'll just throw it on my salad. Love it. That's okay. So glad you're here from Australia. Hello, always Judith. So happy to see you. Okay, good. Thank you, Carrie. You are so welcome, Lori. Yeah, and says Facebook user says I have to remind myself not to restrict compliant foods. Yeah, for sure, like for sure. Um, the only thing we want to kind of like think about in that vein though is like what I used to do, which is dates and peanut butter or almond butter are compliant, right? Like they're in the diet. So therefore I can eat as many as I want. And then we end up eating those to the exclusion of zucchini and lettuce and things like that, right? Or the bulk of our diet should be the non-starchy vegetables. So we just want to keep those ratios in mind, right? Okay, perfect. It has no added sodium. Well, then that's probably a pretty great food. It's just about the amount that you eat and that sort of thing, right? Okay, you're welcome, T. Good question. Okay, that's all the questions. No more questions. I can't believe I got through all that. You guys are awesome. A lot of people on here right now. We had like 45 people earlier. Now there's like 38. So that's pretty fun. I'm so glad you guys came to chat. That's all for today. I'm going to head over to Instagram and just chat for a few more minutes. Anyone has any questions over there, feel free to come over there and chat with me. And I'm just going to be trying to do this every week. And right now it's at like Thursdays at 3 Pacific. We'll see if that works. I'll just keep doing it. Okay. So thanks everybody. I hope you have an awesome day. And if you have any other questions, just come on to Instagram and I'll see you guys. I'm so glad it was helpful in a short time. And I'm so glad that y'all were here. Hope you have a great day and weekend. It is my daughter's birthday on Monday. So we're doing birthday stuff all weekend. It's going to be really fun. And I'm just sending you all my love. So have a great weekend. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.